But Barbie has now opened up a whole line of Mattel movies. They've got a grim and gritty Hot Wheels movie coming out. What's so grim and gritty about Hot Wheels? I don't know. Lena Dunham, that functional mental deficient, is doing Polly Pocket. I didn't know there was a story to Polly Pocket. Mighty Max had a story, and it was the same thing as Polly Pocket. It was a small little thing. Like, it would be like a skull or a monster's head, and you would open it up, and it would have like a whole adventure. And the little comic book would come with it telling you what the adventure was, and you would live through the adventure with Mighty Max. And he had a lore. He had a red baseball cap that had an M on it. And apparently it's Egyptian, and it gave him Egyptian powers. I didn't know Egyptians were rocking fitteds back then. You learn something new from Mighty Max every time. Does Polly Pocket have a mythology that deep? I think not. Maybe it'll go meta the way Barbie's going meta. The way everyone kind of wants to go meta now. It's what they're doing with Barney. Barney wasn't a ubiquitous figure in many of our childhoods. Then he disappeared into the shadows. He left misunderstood. Gluda said in a press release at the time, "We're excited to explore a compelling modern day hero to see if this message of I love you, you love me can stand the test of time." In a new interview with the New Yorker, Kevin McKeon, a Mattel executive who works in tandem with former Miramax Robbie Brenner, shed light on the Barney film, which McKeon says will be an adult-focused movie on the former kid-loving dinosaur. Kid-loving dinosaur sounds like a pedophile dinosaur, so maybe they could have chosen better wording for that. We're leaning into millennial angst of the property rather than a fine-tuning this for the kids. It's really a play for adults. Not that it's R-rated, but it'll focus on the trials and tribulations of being a 30-something growing up with Barney. Just the level of disenchantment with this generation. So instead of doing something for the kids, which would be fun, make them laugh, have a few jokes for the adults, we're going to make Barney really boring and sad. They used to say the boomers were a selfish generation, but I would say the millennials are a very self-absorbed generation. Must we make Barney meta? This idea of disenchantment has always been funny to me. It's not that I don't think my generation had it hard. 9/11 was a thing. The recession was a thing. So clearly, people are still having issues. Like, issues went away. But it's almost like, when do you get over it? Like, we've had a reckoning with our parents. We've had a reckoning with our society. Now we're having a reckoning with Barney? Can the idea of you love me, I love you stand the test of time? Of course it has. People are still falling in love every day. People are still doing things for the people they love every day. It's survived. On a societal level, hate to break it to you, it was never that. I don't know what society these people are grasping for. It never existed. Are we going to go after Yu-Gi-Oh next? None of those monsters actually came to life when I played Yu-Gi-Oh. Ash Ketchum got to go on a great journey at 10 years old. He had to go catch Pokemon. Am I mad at my mom for not letting me wander the streets picking up weird animals? No. Because some things just aren't real. Some things are fictional characters. When I was, 2000? I don't remember how old I was in the year 2000. I was probably 12 maybe. Could be wrong. I'm not a mathematician. But I remember when George Bush became president and the Supreme Court decided that guy's president. You know what I said? This is bullshit. I got over it. My generation is disenchanted because they always thought, hey, someone was in control of this chaos. Someone or the buck had to stop somewhere, but it didn't. No, did it? All these things I mentioned happened to my generation. And now once they go, maybe someone's not in control of this, so I should start doing my own thing so I can be in control of my life. They will reckon with everyone else, their parents, the institutions, Barney, but they won't reckon with themselves.